My name's Russ Cook and I'm attempting to become the first person ever to run the entire length of Africa. This is where I started, this is where I'm heading, and this is where I am now.
I've run 9,573 kilometres so far, and I've got 7,022 left to go.
So far on the mission.
I've survived alone in the desert, pissed blood, been robbed at gunpoint, thought I was going to be killed in the jungle, had my support van smashed to bits, and raised £113,000 for charity. In this episode, I consider a shortcut through Mali, enter my 11th country, and take a chance on a risky strategy that could finally cure my injuries.
So how's the 6 o'clock wake up routine coming along?
What time is it?
6:30.
It's not a bad effort. Raver. This could be a rave.
My advice to people would always be like, slow down with the top half movement. Say like you're in the raid, yeah? The hands aren't going too crazy, but you're just kind of doing the bottom. You just got the bottom half stuff going. You can't really f this up. Like, you just got the two-step in, you know, whatever numbers you're going for.
Yeah.
When you start throwing the hands into the
Guys.
mix, that's when like you start looking a little bit silly, innit? Do you know what I mean? The ones and twos are never gonna let you down. It's the threes and fours that you're dancing with the devil there. You might make a tit yourself.
Let's get you out on road, eh?
See you later.
See ya.
I got back on road and two-stepped my way towards 20k. I get asked a lot of questions, so I thought I'd hit you with a cheeky Q&A. With my highbrow audience, we were off to a flying start.
How often do you poo a day?
I'm pretty regular one a day, man. Sometimes two. If we're in rumble in the jungle, though, it could be up to, you know, I've had 10 plus days when it's getting real bad.
Let's leave it there, retention and that. How did you come up with the name The Hardest Geezer?
The full story is a bit long-winded, but basically me and my mate, we had a boxing match for it. We went to the park, just put gloves on, just had a ding-dong, and I won, so I got the title Hardest Geezer and he's got the title Worthing Weasel. Shout out my boy Harry
That
White.
just shows your like intellect to just go like, no, we're fighting for that. You're Weasel.
Imagine the audacity to go online and call yourself Hardest Geezer, like it's instantly just f***ing annoying, isn't it?
How long have you been growing your beard for?
26 years.
What was the hardest thing you had to learn on Project Africa?
I remember taking first rest day of the project, I think it was day 45. We thought I might have rhabdo and we were getting some tests done and the doctor was like, you need to chill out. Learning that, because at the start I was like, no rest days, we're fucking blasting through it, no problem. And getting humbled like that was like, that's a bit of a lesson, like patience and, you know, you're not Superman.
Will you ever stop talking with your mouth full?
Will I ever? Nah.
My second leg of the day started out searing hot, sizzling my as yet untanned ginger body like a hairy rotisserie chicken. But in moments, the heavens opened and it began to pour down until I couldn't tell what was sweat and what was rain. Sticky and bedraggled, I finished the day and collapsed into the 4x4.
You know, that was a bit rough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've had it all today, Russ, from scorching heat all the way to storms.
Yeah. Hey, just having a little swim out there, to be fair, it was nice. Get the threes and fours activated, chill out with the legs, you know. Yeah, I actually did cool down, it was nice.
Yeah, I can
always
imagine.
appreciate it when it starts cooling it down. I'm like, yes, get it. But it must be hot when the tarmac's actually melting.
When you just ran past me, I was filming you and my foot, so you were feeling a little bit better. Is that still the case?
Seems like it's like giving out like halfway through the end of the second session. I don't know, mate. I don't want to talk about these things too much, so I don't want to give it too much energy.
Yeah, let's not just whack that energy straight into recovery.
Yeah.
Not energy.
We can make it work. So basically, everything's absolutely fine.
That was the best you felt in a long time, wasn't it, today?
Probably best I've ever felt ever.
Really?
Yeah. Not again.
Ripped from my dreams of tuning in, I was thrown back on the road half asleep, confused at the roasting hot tarmac hellscape I'd just been thrust into. Despite my best efforts to ignore it, I was depleted, in pain and very much still injured. But never mind me, Look at these coconuts.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank
My name is Ansa Frederick from Ghana, and we are into coconut business. This coconut is hybrid. It's a cross between two coconuts. So this one, when you plant it, it takes 4 years for it to bear fruit. So what you do is when you get the nut, you do what we call slashing. We cut the face to something like this. The one you see here, it wasn't sliced like this one. We are going to send it to somewhere for it to be planted.
If you let the coconut come out all naturally, it can take 6 months to a year. However, if you cut it and put water in the inner shell itself, it will only take you 4 months. So how long will it take for you to sell all of these coconuts?
Oh, it's already sold out. We are waiting for the car to come and then we will load it to wherever it's going to.
How many coconut plants do you think you sell a year?
Within just this month, we are going to do over 200,000.
It's a lot of coconuts.
Yeah.
So a bit roasty toasty for you today.
Bruv. I don't know if it is hotter or I'm just internally cooked. What curry would you say it is today?
We're over Madras, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say we're over Madras.
Getting on towards Vindaloo.
Oh, I'd say we've gone clear of Vindaloo. I think we're knocking on the door of a foul.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's out, mate.
So since I came here, I remember thinking back home that why doesn't he just have a rest for a bit if he's injured? Like, he's got all the time in the world. Like, this isn't not a time record, but it's not quite as simple as that, is it?
It's like, in theory, it's not a time record because no one's ever done it. So I'm only going for the first person to ever do it. So time isn't of the essence in that sense, but I want to do myself proud. I want to put in a shift. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you do your first marathon, like, yeah, the goal is just complete the marathon, but also let's not hang about. You know, we want to get it done as quickly as possible, just for pride reasons, really. I had a strawberry daiquiri calling my name for months. Also, you know, I said at the start I was going to do this in 240 days. So unless I bang out a few like 1000k days from here on out, we're struggling with that one, aren't we, Dad? I would just argue I made the impossible merely a little bit late.
Don't take any accountability for that.
Better way to frame it, innit?
Yeah, fair enough. So, sorry, yeah.
Way to package it.
I want to keep my job. Okay. Are we good on?
For the second leg, I was joined by a lovely bloke called Freddie who'd agreed to host us for the night. This guy was a legend, keeping pace and powering through the full 20k with me.
How do you get on?
Yeah, he's good stuff, mate. Good chap. He was actually not bad. He was pretty good.
Okay.
He runs a lot in Ghana, so he was used to the heat. That's what normally gets people, I think.
Oh, nice one.
As I completed my last stretch of running, Freddie took the boys to his beautiful home and blessed them with another surprise.
Jamie, I mean, how do you like Ghana so far?
Russ, we're about to go to where and have what?
Oh, did I hear someone say there's pizza on the lineup tonight?
Oh, I think you did.
Pizza devoured, we all sat down to relax with our host, but the team's raging testosterone levels got the better of us, and me, James and Gus were soon fighting over who could keep running the longest. Weasels!
I think it would be one hell of a three-way ego trip for all three of us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let myself lose though, so.
I would probably back you to win just because you have the physical, like, endurance of running
I'm mashed right now, but I reckon I would win.
Gus, alright.
Go down. He's like, let's start, let's do it.
I think the minute break will be tricky, because knowing myself, one time, like, without sleep for a day, like, surely I'm gonna be at some point, like, staring at the bush for like a minute.
I reckon Gus would actually kill himself.
I can do it, like, if one leg breaks, I'll do them one leg.
It's great chat, but I'm not sure how it plays out practically. I think James would beat you. I actually do.
A legendary upcoming tournament now set in stone, we all went to bed. Gus was fuming.
How's life?
Life is good. What makes it so good is coffee. We're staying with a very nice guy called Freddie. He's not even here because he said, "Cab the house to yourself. I'll sleep in the guest house." And we've got the lovely Vic who works for him, making us coffee and breakfast.
Can't we just like kidnap her and like take her with us?
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Today was the day we'd finally leave Ghana, and what a country it had been. We'd been incredibly lucky, of course, but I can safely say Ghana was the best experience I've had on the mission so far. The place was beautiful, the people incredibly kind and friendly, and the generosity which we'd received was off the charts. But like always, this party keeps rolling and Côte d'Ivoire awaits.
Ghana has honestly been an absolute delight. Might be going out on a limb, I actually would maybe say my favourite country. It's definitely up there. It's definitely in the Champions League spots. Right, I'm gonna set off.
I jogged onto the border, which should have been a nightmare due to a visa issue. Ghana's last farewell was the easiest border of the whole mission, and we zipped through in no time. Here's our logistics correspondent, Gus Van Veen, to explain.
I'm really positively surprised about Ivory Coast. So, of visas, I made a mistake again with the visas. They're not valid until a few days. So I was a bit nervous, so I started to ask around, and we have this like really nice British bloke, William, back in Accra. He got us some contacts at the border, and he was like, border guy, the immigration guy says it's no problem. And like, did you talk about like a price that needs to be paid as like favor back to them? He's like, no, but like it's implementary. So I get here, we're talking to each other like, visa's not valid yet. Then they just stamp it. Didn't ask for a single penny. They just were nice actually. Like they didn't try to get a single penny out of us.
Wow.
Even though they saw it.
That's a good sign going into Ivory Coast.
That's impressive, yeah.
They were just like, flats.
I stomped on from the border as we entered our 11th country, Côte d'Ivoire. With a population of 30 million, it's an ex-French colony named after the colonial elephant tusk trade it used to be famous for. Now, it is a diverse, developed African state, home to the world's largest church, 5 UNESCO heritage sites, and a whole network of high-quality tarmac for me to reduce to dust.
39 out there. Yeah, I thought it was fucking choke hop. Yeah. Sometimes I'm running that heat, yeah, and I'm like, this is just nuts. But then in Nigeria, we had 40-degree days, and I was still running, like way better than I am now. Do you know what I mean? I was still
because it's so close to the coast, though. At the minute,
right, it's like 39 degrees and humid as
yeah, probably why you don't feel like you've got any energy. The amount of internal heat you'll have going on from that humidity.
It's cooking.
Yeah.
One of them where I'm like, is there even any point stretching? Fucking probably not. Sweet.
Sweet, mate.
Well, I'll see you soon.
15th.
One thing this country still didn't have was roadside aircon, and it was even hotter than the days previous. Every part of my body inside and out was saturated with salty water, and it was a tough gig to make it to the end. But I did have one genius brainwave that might have the potential to change the trajectory of the whole mission. Please do not try this at home.
No.
So why are we getting the antibiotics out today?
Obviously, documented through these videos, you'll know by now that I haven't been in good form for a while. Probably since in Lagos, I've been in terrible form. Barely been able to run very much, blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking, we might as well try it. It's not going to do any harm. What do you reckon? Good idea? Bad idea?
I think it's not that, like, I've actually been thinking about doing the same lately.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, it was hot in Nigeria and I was still running like all day. It got hot today and like my head's just like wobbling, like I get all dizzy.
Same, that's also why I am thinking about taking antibiotics.
Yeah, I have no energy, all my muscles are still fucked, so like, I just don't know what to do. We might as well bang some antibiotics because we ain't got anything else, lads, do you know what I mean? We might as well give it a go. I don't know if I told you this as well, but I've decided that Mali's probably a bad idea.
Why?
Because everyone tells us it's a bad idea, don't they?
But what do everybody really know?
I mean, this is a good point. But I mean,
I reckon we should go.
I thought it saved us 1,000. You was like, it only saved us 300. So I was like, probably no point.
Go on, give me some hardest rendition.
I tried to tell it to you, but I guess you didn't know. As the saddest story goes, baby, now I've got the flow.
Oh, you feeling that toast?
Cannot f***ing wait for it, brother. Trembling.
Hoping and praying my risky new strategy was going to pay off, I leapt back onto the tarmac. But I know you're not here for me anymore, so here's Gus.
People just ask me like, why doesn't James speak English? I'm like, he's coming from England, a bit stupid over there. Anyhow, we're at a nice restaurant. Found some wicked omelette with some fresh baguette. Okay, I thought I ordered the milk, Apparently I have a tea. Yes. Like, can I have a fork? He's like, nah, you can't have a fork. So I thought to be smart, scooping all the chilies off, but it's still fucking burning hot. In short, peppers on point, oil use on point, no lacking oil over here.
And how much did this cost?
100 seva, so that's euro cents, 15 euro cents. Jamie.
Yeah, guys. What'll be it? Oh. Is that a omelette baguette?
That's a fucking fresh baguette with 4 eggs.
We even got him to take the chilies out as well.
Oh. Oh, that's what I needed today, man. What, is that like donuts? What?
Hang on, you don't like fish, do you?
Oh, pop those right back.
You barely taste fish.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Is it the taste of fish that you don't like, or the smell?
Both, really. You know what? It's one of the better fish things I've had. So,
Is it because you don't taste the fish?
yeah.
The call of fish donuts was just too tempting, so I sped up and made it to the first stop.
See, the key is here, because anyone with lots of hair on their face will understand the pain. Oh, bollocks. Understand the pain, I'll go through it. But moustache, beard, you need to go in large with the getting court chocolate spread here. If you've not got a beard, it's fair game, you just wipe it off, we go again. But when you've got a beard, you get a bit of fucking Nutella caught here. Could be days before you find that, do you know what I mean?
You've actually done a decent job there, mate, so well done. Thank you for sharing your wisdom today. See you back on the tarmac.
As I set off for my final leg of the day, James bumped into a Portuguese couple who were also travelling in a van. Unlike ours, however, theirs wasn't a complete shit show.
So I've just met these two lovely people who've come and stopped me. And you were just showing me through your van, right? You're saying you lived on the road for 18 months.
We like to explore more of Africa and display different cultures. Just because something is different from what we are used to, it doesn't mean it's wrong. So basically, we have a stove, just like a normal house stove. This is a sink.
And you've done all this yourself, you're saying, as well?
Everything.
With wood that we found in Mozambique, that was a quite difficult part. We plan to do 50,000 kilometers between Mozambique and Portugal, and we did already almost 70,000, and we're still in Ivory Coast.
Although a lot of people think that Africa is just one big thing, the difference of cultures in all these countries is immense. It's like it's something else.
It's not less than Europe, less than America. It's just life happening in a different way.
The lethargy, muscle pain, nerve damage and heat were pressing down on me hard for the last 10k of this run. Things had to change. If these antibiotics didn't work, we were in big trouble. Pushing through the pain, I dragged my collapsing body over the line and ticked another day off the list.
How was that last 10k?
Best 10k of my life.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Don't even want to go.
Yeah.
Let's go Russia instead. F it. Let's just go until I die.